Back in, she never ceases to amaze me with the interesting experiment she comes up with. Sarah Neff, right here from the Imagination Station, is with us today with cabbage juice indicators.
Yes.
We're not going to eat this, but
We're
it's
not
going
gonna
to
eat this.
teach us a little bit about science.
Yes. So the holidays are coming up. We're probably going to expect some snow days soon. We haven't had any yet.
Fingers crossed, kids, fingers crossed.
So this is a good at-home activity that everybody can do. So we're actually going to use a head of red cabbage to make our own indicator.
Okay.
So I've got probably like 4 or 5 leaves that I've shredded up, and I'm going to throw them into my blender. And I'm going to mix them up with a little bit of water. Now you could also, if you want to take the long route, you could boil these leaves on the stove. And, whoa, got some in my hair there. Whew, it's crazy.
Jumped out of there. It didn't want to go in the blender.
It did not want to go in there. But you could boil it on the stove if you want, and then you can drain off the pulp. But we're just going to actually mix up in our blender because
we can do that.
That's TV magic, right?
All right.
All right. So
just a few seconds, right?
Yep. That looks about perfect.
Very purpley.
You want to make sure you tear them up small because they can get stuck in the bottom of your blender.
Okay.
So like you said, it's very purpley. So I'm actually going to strain it into this beaker. And
typical pasta, vegetable strainer, you name it.
Yeah.
You have it at home in your kitchen.
Yep, nothing fancy here. So I'm going to actually give you the big beaker, and you can actually pour our indicator into our cup, and you're going to put maybe about a ½ inch in each cup.
Okay.
And it's purple because of something called flavin, and that is actually what is going to act as our indicator. So the flavin is going to change color based on whether there's an acid or a base in some of the things we're going to test today.
Okay.
And you can test anything that you have around your house. And I'm actually going to come behind you, and I'm going to add a little bit of water just to make our indicator stretch a little further here. And you want to get these as even as possible. If you want to be a really good scientist,
you could totally measure it.
You could totally measure this, but we're just going to kind of eyeball it today.
All right, so what products or what items that we probably have around the house are we going to use to test these?
Well, the first one I've got is a lemon. So do you think a lemon is going to be an acid or a base?
I think I got this one. I think it's pretty acidic.
Right, you're exactly right. It has a lot of citric acid.
Okay.
So I'm going to actually have you put the lemon in one of these 2 cups.
Drop the whole thing in?
We'll go ahead and squeeze
it?
the juice out.
That's what I thought.
There you go. Now you don't want to put anything in our center cup here because that's our control.
Okay.
So that's going to be the one we compare everything else to.
Done. Change color. Notice that.
Perfect. So if you want, we can give this a little stir.
All right.
So that's
Next
a nice
up.
bright pink. How about an egg?
I'm going to say base.
Okay. So go ahead and choose another cup. You can put that one in.
I'm going to go over here, hopefully,
Okay.
if it's a base.
Sure. And like I said, if you want to be really good, you can measure these. So you have like a teaspoon or a tablespoon of each thing in there.
I notice a different color.
Definitely.
It's blue for sure.
So it's a nice bright blue. And how about, this is a good one. This is Alka-Seltzer.
Alka-Seltzer.
Yes.
Base, because when you have acid reflux, you take this to calm it. May I?
Go ahead and break it up into little pieces.
Okay.
I like your skills of deduction though. Very good. So we'll get those in there, and
okay.
What do we got happening?
And we've got one more.
So let's give that a stir. This one, ooh, this might not have been a good one to take if you had that acid reflux.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Not a lot of bubbles in there, but we definitely still see a color change.
Okay, and the last one here?
The last one, this is vinegar.
Okay,
so go ahead and put a little bit in there.
All right.
All right, and you can give that one a stir.
Okay, so bottom line, what are we seeing here?
We are seeing our control in the center. It stayed that nice bluish purple color.
Okay.
All right, and then you were right. You put both the acids on the right-hand side. They both turned a nice bright red. And then our bases were more of either this light purple or into the blue. So you're going to get a more blue
Acids
green.
over here, control in the middle, and the base is there. A science lesson that you could do in your kitchen. You guys do science every single day. What's going on at the Imagination Station?
This weekend, we actually have a drop-in shop workshop happening. So parents who need to get any last-minute shopping done, you can drop your kids off with us. And from 10 to 1, we'll do programming. So they'll get to taste liquid nitrogen ice cream. We'll be talking all about snow, and they can even make their own. And they'll get to leave with a present to put under the tree.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Sarah, appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
From the Imagination Station. What a cool idea going into the holiday season. We will have more W211 Your Day when we come back.